Okay, so fun fact about me, I actually like this movie. I don't mind it. As a kid, when I saw it when I was 13, the movie came out in 2006. I remember like, you know what, the movie's fine. It's a fine movie. I enjoy watching it. A bunch of memorable scenes from this movie I still remember. Like, I remember Magneto flipping the truck. I remember Jean Grey tearing Wolverine apart. I remember... No, Cyclops wasn't there. I do remember him getting killed. Spoilers for a movie that came out in 2006. I do remember that. The music. I remember the music. I remember the house scene. So there's a bunch of memorable scenes in this movie I remember from X-Men 3 The Last Stand, or X-Men The Last Stand, which is the third movie in the original X-Men trilogy. I remember these scenes, but also as a kid I remember Beast. I remember Beast a lot, and I remember Angel was in this movie but didn't do jack squat. And then I remember the absence of Nightcrawler, which I was like, where did he go? Did they drop him off? What happened to him? There's no mention of Nightcrawler in this movie at all. Yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, and I remember Kitty Pryde, Iceman, and Rogue, who, as now rewatching the series, just got faded to the background and no longer there. Who, from the 1990s cartoon, is like a big piece of that cartoon series. Everyone, like the strongest characters in X-Men, she is literally just pushed away. It's tragic how they do Rogue in this series. Very tragic. Very, very tragic. But today, I'm going to review X-Men The Last Stand and give you guys my honest opinion on this movie, my honest grade, because I'm ready to get back into the newer movies of the series. This one, I'm glad I'm done with it. Oh, I guess I gotta watch the Wolverine after this. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and get into today's review of X-Men The Last Stand. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka. And what are Movie Breakdowns? Movie review series where we look at new and old movies, give them a grade 8 through up. Plus and minuses do count. And if there's a movie you want me to review, let me know. Please put it in the comment section below and I'll get to it best I can. Also have a Patreon, patreon.com/Ali Zakka. And on that Patreon, you get movie reviews and trailer reactions, trailer reviews, and many, much more stuff right off the bat. And when you pay for my services, because you're paying for me, I do it immediately. You ask me to do a review, I get to it like that. There's no waiting 2 or 3 months. It's done. It's out there for you to watch it and enjoy. You're paying for my services, and I do the job just for you. Now, let's go ahead and get into today's review of X-Men The Last Stand, or X-Men 3, whatever you want to call it. The movie came out in 2006, and it's directed by Brett Ratner, who the other 2 movies were directed by Bryan Singer, which, after watching, retrospect here, after watching the Star Wars series, the last like 7, 8, and 9 of Star Wars, to me, it's not a good idea to have different directors do the same movie series. I think if you're going to have a director do a movie, he should do all three of the trilogy. He shouldn't take a break and do the first 2 and then like give the third one off to somebody else. Or he shouldn't do the first and third and just give the second one off to somebody else. Because the storyline that you have written up, because these movies are written in a story. X-Men 1, 2, and 3 had a story. X-Men 1 and 2, the story was there, and then the third one, it kind of falls off. Now, what is the movie about? This movie is about the cure. So one thing that the first trilogy of X-Men has done right, they kept the whole war between mutants and humans going. It was in the first one, it was part of the second one, and it finished in the third one. That war is still there, which the cure has been found. So people have the chance to get rid of the mutant powers or keep their mutant powers. But the government is pretty much telling like, hey, we want everybody to sign up for this cure. We no longer want mutants. And it doesn't really stress the fact that mutants have a choice or not. There's some mutants who like, yeah, I'll go take the cure. There's other mutants who like, I don't want the cure. And this movie doesn't really leave the diplomatic, I can't say that word, diplomatic mindset where the democracy of it, because it is in America, where people had that choice. Like, the government never said we require all mutants to take this. But the movie makes it sound like all mutants are forced to take this cure. So Magneto wants to destroy the cure. Obviously, that's his whole thing. He wants mutants to be above humans. So he's getting together a band of mutants to stop the cure. The cure is made. The cure has been used. The cure is out there. People have been getting the cure. So Magneto, you're stopping one guy from creating the cure. It's out there. It's been recycled. You think one base has the cure? Whatever the case might be. Anyway, Magneto wants to stop the cure. The X-Men kind of all of a sudden is like, sure, we're stopping him from doing the cure. But he's more of a background to what really goes on. Like, Magneto's not the main focus, and the cure, for some reason, is not the main focus either. The movie tried to make it the main focus, but then it shifts to another character. And I'm about to go ahead and get into that and my first thoughts, as well as like reveal the story and my spoilers in 3, 2, 1, spoiler time. Here we go. So Jean Grey becomes the Phoenix. Surprise. She is back from X-Men 2 after dying, and she is now the Phoenix, the Dark Phoenix in this movie. And she is the main focal point of this movie when she enters in the scene. Like, when Jean Grey comes in, wherever stuff beginning of the movie happened about the cure, no longer pretty much becomes background stuff. Magneto, background stuff. X-Men, Jean Grey, Wolverine is in love with Jean Grey, which we still do not get that relationship follow through. Like, we don't really get the build up from that relationship. To me, it was like Wolverine had a high school crush on Jean Grey, and Jean Grey was like, yeah, Cyclops is dead, I'm free, you want to get it on? Let's get it on. And Wolverine's like, no, what happened to Scott? Because Cyclops, who was in the movie, he actually was written well. Like, he lost his girlfriend, his love of his life. He lost her. He's in mourning still. And it is a very real thing. He goes to the spot where she died at, but Jean Grey keeps reaching out to him. So he's actually going crazy, kind of, because he keeps hearing her call his name. Goes back to the spot where she died at Alkaline Lake. She appears out of nowhere. Well, I guess not technically out of nowhere. Cyclops blasts the lake, and then Jean Grey is here, makes out with him, and ends up killing him because she can't control her Dark Phoenix powers. So Cyclops is dead. Probably been in the movie about 5 minutes, and you're like, Cyclops really didn't have a part in this series at all. Tragic. Like I said, these first 3 movies are really X-Men. It's really Wolverine's storyline. Like, I don't think X-Men really, the X-Men movie series really dive into the other mutants until you get to First Class, because this storyline is pretty much Wolverine's storyline. And supposed to be Rogue, but Rogue is pushed off. And let's talk about Rogue. Poor Rogue. She has one of the most complex storylines of this series. She's a girl who can't touch anybody unless she steals their power and life force. And she is relegated to the girl who wants to touch her boyfriend. But her boyfriend's off making out with Kitty Pryde. And so her boyfriend's off doing that, when actually making out, which is kind of like flirting with her, not really giving his girlfriend attention. But you never see Rogue and Bobby on screen a lot. Like, you don't see Iceman and Rogue really exchange each other. They don't really have, they have one moment where she's like, oh, you only have one thing on your mind. And then the next moment she's with Wolverine talking about, I won't get the cure. And then next thing you know, she's getting the cure and back at the end of the movie at Charles Xavier Mansion. But she's, I guess because she had nowhere else to go, so she's back in there, but she's a human now. Yeah, and Rogue storyline just gets pushed off. Like, if you didn't watch X-Men 1 and 2, you wouldn't know why Rogue wanted to get the cure. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. You'd be like, what's her power? I don't know who's Rogue. So this movie really leads up off of 1 and 2 to really, like, for you to watch this movie to be like, oh, that's why Rogue wants to do that. But she gets pushed off, and she could be one of the most powerful mutants in this series. She could take anybody's power and use it for the moment. She could use Iceman powers. She could use Wolverine's powers. She could use Magneto's powers. Heck, she has some of Magneto's powers and doesn't really pertain them. They didn't do Rogue right. It's not fair to her. It's not fair to Rogue. And then Quinn, you deserve better. I'm sorry. So back to the story. Jean Grey, when she comes back into the scene, it becomes more about her. Wolverine started to do stuff because he's in love with Jean Grey, and he wants to go after Jean Grey, and pretty much he doesn't care about the cure, he doesn't care about Magneto, he's all doing this for Jean Grey. Charles Xavier realized Jean Grey is back. He tried to stop her because he can't control her. She's a class 5 mutant, and the Dark Phoenix, which is like a cosmic thing in the comic book, has become just a split personality of Jean Grey in this movie. And Charles had mental barriers to block her, but Wolverine's like, F that. She deserved to have the choice to have the mental barriers or not, and she's unstable, pretty much. She kills Charles Xavier, and probably one of the coolest scenes in this movie, I think it is, and joins Magneto. So now Wolverine and X-Men have to go after Magneto because Jean Grey's with Magneto, which causes them to end up at the final stand at the end of the movie where the X-Men help the military fight the Brotherhood of Mutants to stop Magneto from killing Leech, who's a boy who was the cause of the cure inadvertently. He's a mutant who anybody gets into his range, he sucks their powers away. Okay, y'all follow me there? Cool, you follow me? Also, there's Angel in this movie. Why is Angel here? I don't know. I think because his dad is the guy who is the head behind the cure. His dad is the one who wants to cure his son, who is a mutant, but Angel, just like in the comic books, doesn't want to be cured. He loves his wings, but he doesn't really team up with the X-Men. He's just there. And Angel's one of the coolest characters in the X-Men series, but he is just there in this movie. Beast talks about like he's been around, but he's just here in this movie as well, and he's probably the bright spot of this movie. Let's be honest. Beast is a bright spot of this movie. But yeah, that's why the X-Men pretty much fights Magneto because they want to save Jean Grey. It wasn't because they want to stop Magneto from destroying the cure. That was just happenstance for them. And there's a lot of stuff going on in this movie. A lot of stuff going on in this movie that you're just like, I don't know where to follow. Who should I follow? What's going on? Should I follow Rogue? Should I follow Magneto? Should I follow Charles Xavier and Jean Grey and Wolverine? Should I follow Leech and the Cure? Do I follow Beast? I don't know. What about Mystique? And okay. I don't know what to follow. This movie has a lot going on, and it moves fast. This movie is an hour and 44 minutes, and like up to the point where the final battle happens, it's a lot of stuff going on, and then the last probably 40 minutes, 30 minutes of the movie is the final fight scene, and like the last 10 minutes is, or 10 to 5 minutes is the resolution, and it's just like, okay, we're done. Move on. End of series. Wait, what? Oh, what? Okay, Rogue's back. All right, what about Magneto? Okay, Charles is okay. He's alive. Huh? What about Wolverine? Like, does Wolverine? What does he do next? I don't understand. Like, okay, sure, fine, rolling with it. Angel flies off. His wings soaring high. I don't know. What happened to Leech? What happened to Kitty Pryde? I don't know. Colossus? I don't know. Visually, this movie is beautiful. The visuals in this movie is great. The CGI in this movie, there is some few things that don't hold up in 2020 and 2021, but as far as like set pieces, like Magneto moving the Golden Gate Bridge and moving it with his own power, like all this stuff is kind of cool. There's a scene in that scene, there's a clip I guess within that scene where Magneto moves the bridge and then drops it on Alcatraz, looks back and just lays in her car, locks her car door, and he just kind of does this smirk like and keeps moving about his business, which is kind of funny because she locks her car door. Magneto just lifted up this giant bridge and moved it over the bay in San Francisco to be like, you gonna lock your car door? Like, that's gonna protect against me? Whatever. Action scenes, the action in this movie it's an action-packed movie. Like, it's an action movie. There's a bunch of action scenes that you're gonna love and watch. Like, the fights in this movie, you'll be like, okay, it's cool fights, but did that really mean anything? Not really. Like, Wolverine just going through killing people left and right in this movie. Like he did in the second one, but this one he just like doesn't care. And it's pretty cool seeing him attack the Brotherhood. But let's go ahead and get into the box office before I jump into the characters. Box office, This movie budget was $210 million. Opening weekend made $102 million. United States it grossed $234 million, and worldwide it grossed $460 million. So it made its money back. So the movie made money back, but a lot of people for some reason didn't like this movie. And I think I know why, because storylines don't match up, storyline doesn't get ended well. It's really moving, it's a really fast movie that moves really fast, so you don't have time to digest stuff, and you don't really know what's going on unless you watch the first and second one. So I do get it, but it's not as bad. People really make it. People like tell this movie's the worst movie in the X-Men series. That's not really true at all. It's not that bad of a movie. It's just there's high points and low points. The high points are really high and the low points are really low, and you're just like somewhere in the Let's get into actors and actresses. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, great. Hugh Jackman is great. The cast of this movie is built great. It's built, they're a really great cast. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine is great. Halle Berry as Storm, thought she did a great job. She has more speaking points. She has more of a role in this movie. She's not just kind of like a background character. She's more of a focal point, but still kind of get like beat character to Wolverine. Ian McKellen as Magneto, great as always. Charles Xavier as Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart as Charles Xavier. They did a great job. Famke Janssen, who plays Jean Grey. She did great. She did great. I didn't have a problem with her in this movie. I'm probably saying her name wrong, probably. Like her Famke. I heard it different. Like somebody say Funke. I'm gonna call her Famke because that's where it's spelled Famke. I'm sorry I messed your name up this whole time, but I thought she did a great job. Anna Paquin, who plays Rogue, she's here in this movie, and it's unfortunate. I think they should did her better, but yeah, she's there. Kelsey Grammer as the Beast, freaking love him. Thought he was built great. I thought he was designed great. He had his little quips, and he has moments where he kind of had jokes here and there. And there's a lot of quips in this movie, by the way. Speaking of that, but Kelsey Grammer as the Beast is probably the best spot in this movie, bright spot. James Marsden as Cyclops. For the moment he was in this movie, he did okay. Rebecca Romijn, who plays Mystique, thought she did great as well. Shawn Ashmore as Iceman. He's okay. He's okay. And then you also have Aaron Stanford, who played John, who's also Pyro. They did okay. They're the same characters from the last movie. They're okay. Don't even talk about anybody else. Oh, Elliot Page as Shadowcat or Kitty. He did great at this point, and I think at this point in the movie, for what he did, for what he was given, thought he did great. So Elliot Page there, good job to him. Colossus, I guess I can give a shout out to Colossus. Daniel Cudmore, who played Colossus. Yeah, he didn't really have any speaking points, but thought Colossus was cool to see in the movie. And I guess everybody was talking about Vinnie Jones. Vinnie Jones! That's the dude from Lock, Stock, and the Smoking Barrel. And the two smoking, yeah. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Vinnie Jones in this movie. I didn't know that was him with the Colossus. Huh. He was cool. I didn't have a problem with Colossus. All the jokes he did, everybody's like, oh, it's mean quips. I thought he was okay. I'm the Juggernaut. Alright. Anything else? The music, I think the music's done great. I like the music, especially with the Jean Grey, Dark Phoenix music. When they played, anytime Wolverine was trying to, call up to Jean Grey at the end of the movie, or Jean Grey versus the mental battle with Charles Xavier, that music, the sound, the score there was great. Is this a Friday night movie? Nah, I want to say it's a Friday night movie to watch with friends and family. This could be a last resort movie. You guys don't want to watch anything else. X-Men The Last Stand. Great time. I'm going to give X-Men The Last Stand a C-. The movie gets a C- for me. The reason why is because the cast is done really well. The cast is great, but there's a lot of stuff going on. The high points are high, the low points are low, but the CGI for what 2006 was good. The storyline just really off. It's really, really off. It's not as great, but a C-, which is 70% for me, is good. Like, it's a C-. It's a lot going on. Characters get introduced that don't really mean anything, and some of your main focal points are not there, and I think the director didn't really know how to really play out everything he wanted to play out. So C- for me. This movie gets a C-. If you've seen X-Men The Last Stand, what did you think? Please put in the comment section below. Other than that, see you guys in the next episode of Movie Breakdown. Thank you guys for watching, and keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, you want to see what else I'm doing in my normal life and other things that's going on, please follow me on Instagram at Ali_Zakka. I'll put it right here around my face. Yep, right there. Also, if you want more episodes of movie breakdowns or grind towards success or whatever it is I'm doing on YouTube, you know what? Follow my page right here, like I said before, the little comment thing right there, And then you can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns right here, and watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success right there. Other than that, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all. See y'all next time. Keep being awesome.